without further ado, let me go ahead and show off my new software here. Bam! Episode 3 of Loki focuses on... wrong way. So, focuses on these two. We have Loki and the Variant. And they go on a little adventure. I went into the last episode assuming this one's going to be very exposition heavy. And it is. But it's also very explosion heavy. Which kind of turns out funny, because when I typed in exposition, I misspelled it, and it auto-corrected to explosion. And yeah, it was exposition heavy and explosion heavy. So actually a surprisingly nice twist. I like that. But yeah, it's mainly about learning about the Variant, who is in this... it appears to be... the Variant's full name is Loki... what was the name? Loki... Laufey daughter, which is how that goes. That's her name in the MCU, but she doesn't go by Loki, she goes by Sylvie. And Sylvie is actually the name of not Loki, but the Enchantress in the MCU. Sylvie Lushton, according to the regular Marvel Comics universe, and Lushton is probably not a name they wanted to go with, but I think it's obvious in the MCU. Loki's variant is actually the Enchantress. So, and that explains largely why the powers are different. If you look in the abilities section down at the bottom there, one of her abilities is mind control, which we very much have seen demonstrated. So yes, Loki has introduced the MCU's version of the Enchantress. And it's largely them going on this little road trip on this planet that's about ready to get destroyed and discussing things with each other. Mainly just little facts about each other, their origins, and that's kind of the bulk of the episode, actually. I still think the TVA are the main villains, although Owen Wilson and the TVA are really not in this episode. You get that little bit at the beginning where she's interrogating one of the members of the TVA for information. But, yeah, there's not much to that. She does kill members of the TVA here. And it is also established that the TVA, they said that the TVA always lived in the TVA. They were just, created for the TVA, and they always existed. But we actually find out they're actually variants, just like Loki and, both Lokis on here. So yeah, will that pay off in some sort of story form later? Probably, but I don't know exactly how. Like I said, I think they're the villains. I think Mobius is probably alright. I think there are members there alright. But I think that one judge, Renslayer, I think she's probably very much a villain here. We'll have to see. Maybe they'll twist it. Maybe she'll be a good guy and Mobius is the main mastermind. I don't think they're going that angle, though. I think, the Timekeepers, the big, overlords over this whole situation, they are either dead or don't exist, and Renslayer's just running cover for them. I think the idea of a sacred timeline doesn't really exist. So what their main game plan is, I actually don't know. And we obviously that they will reveal that as the series goes on. One of the big topics I'm going to have to get used to that. Over here. It's not over here. It's over here. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, that makes no sense. I pointed in the wrong direction. The picture is over here. Mirrors are funny. Anyways, one of the big things that I'm certain people are going to talk about is how it's revealed here that Loki is bi. And I'm not going to lie, I don't care. It fits in with his character just fine. He said it as matter-of-factly. And it makes sense. It's fine. If anybody wants to blow up about it, I literally don't care. I will buy you a giant violin and you can cry about it. Because I don't care. It's nice to have representation. Doesn't really mean much in the end, at the end of the day. But anyways, those are my thoughts on episode 3 of Loki. This is actually the shortest of the 3 episodes we've gotten so far. This one was 42 minutes, I think, overall, which means only probably a little over a half hour of actual episode in it once you add in the credits. obviously they were left on this apocalypse with no actual way out that's seeable, but they're not going to die like that. That's not going to be the end of the series. They'll get out somehow. The most interesting thing was just kind of learning some backstories about them. It was good. Nothing, probably a bit more exciting than your average exposition-heavy episode, but nothing thrilling. I want to go ahead and add some audio credits at the end here. The theme music you're hearing at the beginning and end of this podcast was written and performed by George Johnson, a very good friend of mine. And my current Patreons are Fel Martins, David Lara, and Lindsay Pankhurst. If you'd like to become a patron, go ahead and follow the link down below. Anything you can provide would be incredibly helpful to this channel. We're barely limping by right now. I'd love to make this my full-time job. I'm miles away from that right now. So any help you could provide, just $1 a month would be amazing. You know you want to. All your friends are doing it.